Okay, so last time what we talked about is about solving system of linear equations, right? So the mechanism we see is to convert the matrix into a matrix equation, right? So especially we write the system of equations into an equivalent form, ax equal to b, right? And then what we see is we try to see that we want to develop, right, a mechanism, some elimination process that will reduce the matrix, coefficient matrix, into an upper triangular matrix. As such, we solve the upper triangular system. So in order to do that, let us say we want to solve this equation. So we usually, we know we will have to convert it into a matrix notation first, right? So you know that this is 1 1 1 1 2 3, sorry, 1 2 2 and 1 2 3, x1 x2 x3 is equal to 3 5 6, right? So this is the system we have, right? So we have the system like this. So we want to convert this into an upper triangular system. So basically you want to make this to be 0, this to be 0, and this to be 0, right? So that is what you wanted to do first, right? So that's a first step. You wanted to make this as 0 0 0, these numbers to 0. So in order to do that, you have to do some row operations. So we studied about 3 types of row operations, right? First one is interchanging 2 rows. Second one is multiplying a row by a constant, right? Those two may not help you to eliminate, right? So if you want to cancel this one, then you can see that you have to multiply the first row by -1 and add with the second row. If you do that, right, second row plus -1 times first row, if you do that, you will get 0 here, right? So you can easily see that. Right, so if you apply this row operation to this system, right, this coefficient matrix system, that means you multiply the first row by -1 and add with the second row to change the second row. So in that process, you can see that you get this to be 0. You know that when you do that, you can do the similar kind of process to the row number 2 as 3 as well. And so let me do it for row number 3 as well, right? So -1 R1. So if I apply this system, right, so this process, then I can see that my system becomes 1 1 1, right? X1 x2 x3, right? So the first row does not change, so I have 3 here. Now the second row is this plus -1 to the power times this, so basically this minus this. So this second row minus first row. So you will end up with 0, 1 and 1. You remember when you do something here, you have to do the same thing to the right hand side. So you subtract this from this. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Now you do it for the third row. Again, third row minus first row. So this minus that. So you will end up with 0, 1, 2. And this becomes 3. Okay, so once you do these row operations, right, you can see that, okay, on the first column of the coefficient matrix, you have 0 below the diagonal. So first column is fine, right? So you have converted everything below the diagonal to be 0, right? So now you know you want to get this to be 0, right? This one has to be converted to 0. So now you have to apply some row operation again, right? So again, if you subtract the second row from the third row, you will get 0 there. So you can apply that row operation again. So R3 plus minus 1 times R2. Right? So if you apply this row operation, multiply the second row by minus 1 and add with the third row, you know you will get 0 here. So let us complete that process. So 1, 1, 1. You know your first row does not change. So it's going to be x1, x2, x3. Right? So this is going to be 3. Second row does not change. So 0, 1, 1. This is 2. This minus this is 0. This minus that is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. So you, by doing the row operations, right? So by doing the row operations, you multiply the first row by minus 1, add with the second row, multiply the first row by minus 1, add with the third row. Then in the next step, you multiply the second row by minus 1 and add with the third row. In that process, you get an upper triangular matrix. Right? So once you get the upper triangular matrix, you can see that if you see the last line, right? So when you see the last line, right, you can see that you have 1x3 is equal to 1. So you start solving from the last line, right? So last row. From the last row, you get x3 is equal to 1, right? And then you go to the second row. From the second last row, you get x2 plus x3 is equal to 2. But you already know x3, so x2 is equal to 1. Right? From the first row, you get x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to 3. You already know x2 and x3, so you get x1 is equal to 1. So if you convert the matrix A, the coefficient matrix A into an upper triangular matrix by these suitable row operations, then you see that you get an upper triangular system, and you can solve that upper triangular system from the last equation, starting from the last equation and substituting from the last variable. So this process is called back substitution. This elimination process is called Gaussian elimination, and then substituting from back is called back substitution. So this example tells you how a Gaussian elimination works, right? So you can see that at each point you multiply the certain row by a constant value, right? And you get the work done, right? So now you see that how do you get these multipliers, right? How this minus 1 comes. This minus 1 comes by dividing this by 1, right? So this is basically minus of 1 over 1, right? This corresponding component divided by this. This minus 1 is again this corresponding component divided by 1. This minus 1 again, this divided by this. So now you know you have a pattern on how to select the multipliers as well, right? So but when you generalize this example, you will get Gaussian elimination, right? So that is what you are going to get, right? So when you generalize this example, right, you will get a Gaussian elimination process. So that is what we are going to study next, right? How to generalize this example for an n cross n matrix system. Okay, so consider a system Ax equal to B, right, where determinant of A is non-zero, right? So that means you have uh, you have a matrix whose inverse exists, right? So then only we can solve this problem, right? So okay, so now what we are going to do is to okay, so we are going to start doing the elimination, right? So
හරිද?
and so we are going to show that
ගැරුණොත් එහෙම තමයි ඈ.
ගැලවුණු ගම් බාස්කේ වැඩි ඈ. ඔව් ඒක මේක. ඒ උඩ පැත්තක ගම්
ගම් ඩිකා ඩිකා.
ගැලවුණු නැත්තම් ගම් වල කේස් එක.
right? So we are going to show that the system Ax equal to B can be reduced to Ux equal to C, right? So U is an upper triangular matrix, which you all know, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to apply the process. Now this is an n cross n matrix, so we have to prove these results by mathematical induction. So what we do is we do the first step, and then we assume that it is true up to some k step, and then we are going to prove it for the k plus first step, right? So that's how we are going to do, right? So step 1, okay, so we are going to set a new notation, right? right? So we are going to give a new notation, right? Just for the sake of simplicity, let us give a new notation for this matrix A, right? So I'm going to give superscript 1. So at the start of step 1, I have Aij 1. So at the start of step 2, I will have Aij 2, right? So that is what I'm going to do here, right? So now because we assume that A11, okay, so let us assume that, assume that this one is non-zero, right? We define okay, so we are going to define some multipliers mi1, right? That is ai1 over 1, a111, right? And similarly ai2 1 over, sorry, a21 1 over a111, a2 311 over a11, and so on, right? So that means you take this and divide by this, and then this and divide by this, and this and divide by this, right? So like the way you did in the example, right? So you take the corresponding elements and divide by A11, right? So to do that, you should have those A11s to be non-zero. So you can do that as long as they are non-zero, right? So we apply right. So then what you do is you take the second row minus the first multiplier m21 times r1. Then you take r3 and then you have minus m3 r1. So like the way you did in the example, you apply all the row operations, right? So when you apply the row operations, you know that after applying the row operation, like the way you did in the example, right? So we have 0 on the first column below the diagonal, right? Because if you do this row operation to this matrix A1, right, we get Okay. So after doing these operations, right, you can see that you have eliminated all the elements below the diagonal on the first column, right? And by the nature of the row operations you applied, you know that the first row does not change. So the first row components in the coefficient matrix as well as on the right hand side vector, they does not change. But all the other coefficients, right, and the right hand side vector terms are converted into some new terms. So we rename them as A222, A232 and so on. So that means after completing the first step, this is how your systems looks like. Right? So now you can write down a general formula for this. Right? So you can, by doing the work by hand, right? If you do the row operation by hand, right, that is an exercise for you. You apply the row operation by hand, right? If you do that, you will see a general formula for these terms, Aij2s and also Bi2, right? So that's the general formula will look like this, right? So when you do it by hand, do the actual computation, actual row operation, you can see that this looks like this, right? So this completes the first step, right? So in the first step, you know that you computed or you have eliminated all the terms below the diagonal on the first column. So in the second step, you do the same thing for the second column. Third step, you do it for the third column. And you continue doing that until you get an upper triangular matrix. But just like that, you cannot say it by word, right? So you have to prove it by mathematical induction, right? So let us prove it by mathematical induction. So now if you want to prove it by mathematical induction, right? So you have to assume that this results is true for the k minus 1 step and prove it for the k step, right? Right, so let us assume that if we do this for k minus 1 step, right, continuously, we get to a matrix system AKX is equal to BK. Remember, after first step, you get A2. So after k minus 1 step, you get AK. right, according to our notation, right? So now, okay, so we are okay. So let us assume that after doing these k minus 1 steps of operations, right? So let us assume that up to the k minus first column, you have 0 below the diagonal, right? So if you look at the first k minus 1 columns, right? So up to here, you can see that below the diagonal, everything is 0. And so that means the process is continued without any problem up to k minus 1 steps. So now we have to assume that it works for the kth step, or we have to show that it works for the k step, right? So the process is same. So now you assume the diagonal term is non-zero, right? And then okay, so now you know by using this value, you have to eliminate everything here, right? By using this, you know, you have to make 0, 0 all the way up to 0 here, right? So that means you have to find multipliers for this row, this row, this row, and all the way up to nth row, right? So that is what we did. We find multipliers MIK, which is the corresponding component in the column divided by the diagonal term in that column, right? For all k I running from k plus 1 up to n, right? So if we do that, right? So then you know right? So here, after doing this, you will get, right, a matrix, right? System AK plus 1 X is equal to BK plus 1. If you apply the row operations, right, the given row operations for all the rows from K plus 1 up to N, right? So by using the corresponding multipliers. So if you do that, you get a matrix like this, where now you can see that. Okay, so where we get this. Okay, so after k step, you know that you will get a k plus 1, which look like this, right? So this matrix, you know, you can put it here, and you know aij k plus 1 is basically aij k minus m I k, right, times akj k, and also b I k plus 1 is equal to b I k minus m I k b j k. This is true for all I comma j running from k plus 1 up to n. Right, so this is the general formula for the terms on the rows and columns after k plus first column and k plus first row, right? So up to k plus 1, up to k column, we see that the elimination process works. So here, assuming that it is true up to k plus k steps, k minus 1 steps, we prove that it works for the kth step, right? So if we can eliminate elements below the diagonal up to k minus 1 columns, then by using the same process, we can eliminate elements below the diagonal on the kth column as well. So that means mathematically, by mathematical induction, you can do this for all the rows, right? Okay, so by mathematical induction, when you continue applying this process up to n minus 1 steps, right, then you get a system which looks like ANX is equal to BN, where AN is an upper triangular matrix, right? So clearly, right? So clearly your Bn is equal to U, right? That is the formula you have, or that is the upper triangular system we have, right? All right. So now what we are going to do is we are going to see how we can solve this upper triangular system, right? Right now what we do is we convert a system AX equal to B into an upper triangular system UX is equal to C, right? And then in the example, what we did is we did something, a process where we started solving from the last equation, right? So that process is called back substitution, right? So what we did so far is called Gaussian elimination. Okay, so this process right? This process is called Gaussian elimination, right? Now,
நான் சொல்றேன்னு தப்பா நினைச்சுக்காத இந்த மோட்டார் பைக்ல பின்னாடி உட்கார்ந்து ஜோடியா போனாங்க
next step is called, after doing the elimination, the next step is called back substitution, right? Right, so back substitution is basically the process of solving the upper triangular system ux is equal to c, right? So we are, let us name u as u11, u12 up to u1n, right? 0, u22 up to u2n, and all the way up to 0, 0, UNN. And then your C is C1, C2, all the way up to Cn. Okay, so this is your upper triangular system. And solving this upper triangular system is called back substitution, right? So by back substitution, what we do is we start solving from the last line, right? So we can have a general formula for this back substitution, right? Like the way we do elimination, right? So you can easily check that as a homework. So xk. right? So this is just mechanical work, right? So again, you can show it by mathematical induction, right? So un is this, and then if you know un minus 1, xn minus 1, you can find, right? And this is true for all k. For all k is equal to n minus 1 all the way up to 1. Right, so the xn is this, and then the rest is xk is equal to 1 upon ukk ck minus up to this, right? So that is not a big thing, right? Just by solving equations one by one from the last will give you a general formula like this, right? So that is not a big work, just a mechanical work. So I leave it as an exercise for you to show, right? So this is all about Gaussian elimination. So I will finish this class with one more homework, right? Right, so similarly, like the exercise I did in the beginning of today's class, you can solve this system of equation by using Gaussian elimination as well. So this is about Gaussian elimination, right? So from this example, I'm going to show you another version of Gaussian example in the next class, right? So that is factorizing the matrix into a form LU, right? L is a lower triangular matrix and U is an upper triangular matrix. So that is called LU factorization of the coefficient matrix A, right? So we will talk about that in the next class, right? So we will stop here and then talk about LU factorization of the matrix A in the next class, right? So I will talk about that in the next class. I will post the link for the next class in the WhatsApp group as well.